What's up YouTube? My name is Zero Zeus and welcome back to another video. This is going to be my Fate Grand Order Babylonia episode 11 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching and let's get right into the video. I always start off the video by saying it wasn't that too much action. Every time. This time it was more action than anybody can imagine. I was actually pretty hyped to see this, to be totally honest. When the last episode left off, you have Quetzalcoatl basically telling them that she's gonna have to see what they're about, and that's basically what happens this episode. We end last episode with her having this little maniacal look on her face, right? And it's about to go down the next episode. So this episode starts, and from the first beginning of the episode, let me just before I talk about her, let me talk about Gilgamesh and Kingu. Because I think they are actually showing us the battle that they come and tell them about at the end of the episode. I think they're actually coming and tell us about it, and they're telling us about it in the beginning of the episode, but it's gonna take place and we're hearing about it afterwards, right? And that's cool. That's cool. I was definitely hyped. Gilgamesh, the old shirtless one, out in the cold battling against Kingu. That was pretty cool. Lightning, gates of Babylon, all that good stuff like that, right? I was happy to see that. But Quetzalcoatl, back to her again. Her versus everybody. I think they said something along the lines like, you can't beat her with anything good. Before I speak any further, I think that's what they said. Something like that. I don't quite understand it, so I can't go in depth about it. Like, you can't beat her with anything good. That kind of threw me for a loop, and we're going to talk about it in the next video. But I'm going to look more into it. But yeah, she kind of had me confused with that one. And, I like Quetzalcoatl, right? Because I like her attitude. Like Yurishiki. Like, I hate to compare the two, but I like her attitude. She's a really happy person. Don't get me wrong. She can be vicious, and she's hard body. You could just see that. From the word go, she dismantles everybody. I think she goes after the master. She hits the ground, and like, you could just see exaggeration from her hitting it, and like, just imagine if she would have hit Ritsuka instead, right? That would have been so crazy, right? But even though we know that wouldn't happen, but just think for a second that it did. That was outrageous. You could just see like the power scaling all throughout this episode. I can't really say power scaling because they might be strong enough to beat her, right? But they're supposed to be good, so they can't do it. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. I don't know too much about it, so I'm gonna shut up before I sound any dumber than I already do. But yeah, I think she's cool. One thing we got to see was Anna versus Quetzalcoatl, Ishtar versus Quetzalcoatl, and it was like very much the same outcome every battle. I hate to just say it like that because I like all these characters. Don't get me wrong. Even Jaguar Man, I think is pretty cool. They all had their turns, even though Jaguar Man kind of told them that they can't see her in the beginning anyway. When they first ran into her in the jungle and she was giving subtle hints to her sister, right? Yeah, she can't beat her. They can't beat her. Merlin, I can't exactly. He's like in the jungle, doing something. I don't know what he's doing. He's holding. I don't know. Maybe he's fighting off the demonic beast. I really wasn't paying him any attention because it's Merlin. I don't care. But they have this really hype fight, and just like I said, you see her sliding all across. First of all, I think she goes for the. I'm gonna lay out the situation. She goes for Ritsuka first, right? Mash blocks her in this moment with her shield, right? She runs up the shield. I think she goes and tries to fight off Anna, if I'm not mistaken, and she's swinging her sword. She grabs one of her hands with her chain and scythe? I don't know. The chain basically wraps her hand, right? And long story short, she basically catches that oof, but it's like she was going off. It reminded me Not to compare her to Madara, but it reminded me of one of those. It reminded me of one of those scenes like that. Like she was definitely overpowered, and it was called for. She was basically, it was nothing they could do. Like I hate to just keep dragging on about the fight, but that it was pretty crazy. Like it was nothing else they could do. She basically had everybody with their hands tied, and Ritsuka, you could see Romani, I think that's an okay way to say it. It doesn't sound that dumb to me. But anyway, he basically tells him to destroy the stone tablet because that's the source of her power, and basically she'd be of no use to them. And he starts talking about how she's so bad, and you could see that he was really having trouble with this. Like this doesn't necessarily, to him, it doesn't make her a bad guy. Like, because he knows that she's not really killing the people, if I'm not mistaken. So she's not actually bad from my point of view. She doesn't seem like she's bad, even though she has all these funny faces that she makes with all these sharp teeth that says otherwise. But still, she's not, and necessarily she's not. But basically, he goes, runs after Stone Tablet, but then he has this idea, which is pretty hype, to basically, after Ishtar gets dismantled too, because I couldn't believe that. Let's just talk about that for 1 second. Ishtar got dismantled easy, but Jaguar Man got dismantled easy, and they're both divine. So, I mean, you couldn't really expect so much from one that you didn't expect from the other. I'm not saying that they're on the same level, but as far as divinity goes, I think they are. I guess, right? But yeah, she basically is doing her little Yusuke spirit gun blast. I've been waiting to make that reference for a long time. Like I've been doing these fake videos for a minute, and I'd never said that. But it looks just like the spirit gun. But anyway, her blast, her attacks, everything about this fight, everything looked cool. Everybody they put out for it, and the message was received. It was definitely looking nice to me. I hate to just be one of those people who just, yeah, I really liked the episode, but I did. I really liked the episode. And I think, okay, Ishtar, after she's been defeated, Ritsuka is asking her to fly him up in the air because he runs back down from the stone tablet. I think he has this like a little epiphany, and he's basically, humanity is on his mind, and he feels like they're not sacrifices, blase, all that other good stuff. And long story short is basically he gets her to fly him up really high into the sky. And I was like expecting like for them to be really cliche and make him knock her out. I don't know, with some amazing, I don't know, something. He's a guy and she's a girl, so she should just die, right? Some dumb stuff like that, right? But basically, he falls out the sky. I'm thinking he actually hit her, and he didn't. She moved out the way, or she caught him, or something. Cause he would be dead if she didn't. If she didn't. But anyway, basically, he wakes up, and she declares that she's a part of their team, this is definitely somebody that you need. Don't get me wrong, Gorgon is overpowered and is a really powerful person, but they have a bunch of powerful people on their team. Like I think it's a deeper meaning, deeper reasoning to why they couldn't see Quetzalcoatl, like, or is she just stronger than him? One, I don't know. But anyway, she basically says she's gonna join their team, and Merlin actually asks her to do something with the axe. Because let me just talk about the axe of Marduk. Marduk. I don't know how you say that, but either way, it is really giant, and I don't see how they were gonna carry that in the first place. That was something that I was just thinking about. Like, how is he supposed to get the axe and take it back to Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh, how do you pick up something that big? I don't know. You are a god, but it's like hard to just picture. But yeah. After this, they have this moment where everybody's chilling out, and you don't really see too much. Like, Mash is there, but she doesn't really have as much interaction as everybody else. Like, don't get me wrong, she has a couple of defensive moments, and I'm with that. But she didn't really have all too much to do with this episode, so not really too much to say about her. But Ishtar, actually, I think you say Irishgale, something like that. Like, so for some reason she keeps turning into her or something like that. And I can't wait till they tee up and pay off exactly what that's supposed to be, because I'm confused. I'm not, like I said, I'm not as wise when it comes to this lore, so I would really like to see what that is. But anyway, that's about it. A really super hype episode. If you like hearing me clamoring on about how the episode was so cool, this is the video for you. But anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. This is my Fate Grand Order Babylonia episode 11 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and see you all next video.